Alright, so I don't know how to edit videos, but I'm just going to try to keep this as short as possible and as concise as possible. So, what I've seen a lot on social media these days, and not only these days, it's ever since I've been on Instagram and Facebook and all of the social media handles, it's just that every influencer is going to tell you that you can do this, they're going to motivate you, and that's great. That's great, but then that's just half the recipe, right? The problem that I have with this is that no one tells you how to do and how to handle things. And obviously, as I have been through a lot mentally, but then I've learned a lot through that process. I think that I should try to be the person who tells you what exactly to do, and not that you can do this. Of course, you can do it, but the whole catch is how do you do it? So, I wanted to forget about the two big words, anxiety and depression. Let's just not talk about them today. We'll talk about another two words, which are thoughts and feelings, because generally a lot of mental health problems revolve around these two aspects, about what you think and what you feel. So, generally, there's like a millisecond or microsecond gap between you watching a thought and you becoming a thought. It doesn't make sense, but then maybe I'll clarify it to you. Let's say you think that, oh, this person sucks, and you just act out in a certain manner where you actually make that person feel like, hey, I think you suck. So the part where you act out is when you become the thought. So I know I told you we won't talk about anxiety and depression, but then just a mini definition for you. So anxiety is like a fight or flight reaction. Fight or flight basically means that your body is preparing itself for war, and a war which is not happening at all, and a text from your friend saying you suck or I don't like you is not supposed to send your body into a fight or flight mode, because that is reserved for a tiger chasing you maybe. And yeah, that is not how your body is supposed to react to texts or normal things in life. I'm not degrading anyone's situation, but it's not life threatening. So yeah, it's basically a simulation which your mind creates, and basically your thoughts are nothing but mental diarrhea. So let's just say, let's just divide thoughts into two more parts, where the first part is, hey, okay, 2 plus 2, I have to solve that. 2 plus 2, what is that? 4. Okay, that is useful because I've just used my mind right now consciously. But other times it's just mental diarrhea, nothing else. It's just flowing and flowing and flowing, and you don't have any control over it. If you think you have any control over it, close your eyes right now for like 10 seconds and then try to not think about a pink elephant, okay? Don't think about a pink elephant. Go. Close your eyes. No, literally, close your eyes. Try it right now. Not even 10 seconds, 5 seconds. Don't think about a pink elephant. I've even, you know, said the word 2 or 3 times till now, and you've already thought about it pretty clearly in your mind. You've imagined everything. So it didn't even take 10 seconds. So it's pretty clear to us right now that you have no control over your mind. Uh, it's not your slave, but then it's also not supposed to be your master, that whatever it says and whatever it tells you to do, you have to act according to it. So basically the whole situation is that it's just a lot of bullshit data flowing through your head all day, and you just pick and choose. There are like 100,000 thoughts in your mind, and then you pick maybe 100 to obsess upon. Now what tells you that these 100 are important or not important is the major problem here. Anxious people have a tendency to give equal attention to every single thought, and that is what causes all the problem. Conscious thinking is great and everyone requires it, you can't function without it, but unconscious thinking, which our mind thinks is very important, is the problem. So jumping back to the part where, there's a difference between watching your thoughts and becoming your thoughts, is the part which we're going to discuss now. So the moment you feel I can't do this, I'm done, it's a single thought. If you just watch it, it's gone. But if you give into it and if you think that, oh, okay, I have to pay attention to this, you're going to spend your whole day behind a thought which could have been avoided in a millisecond. So that is the menial understanding that you need to tackle anxiety, and basically that's just it. Watch your thoughts. No matter how important you think it is, just follow one rule. If it's unconscious, no matter how important you think it is, it's bullshit, literally bullshit. It's the whole practice of meditation is just watching your thoughts. You get used to watching your thoughts, and the moment you stop picking on things, hey, I don't want to think about this, I don't want to think about this, I don't want to think about this, the moment you keep picking on things, I'm sorry, I fumbled, but I'm not going to edit this again. So the moment you pick on thoughts, I don't want to think about this, I don't want to think about this, you're just going to think about it more, because that's the paradox. That, okay, I don't want to think about this, and this is going to run in your head all day long. So trust me, I spent a year trying to do this, and nothing, no amount of effort to try to stop thinking is going to ever work. The moment you're just, okay, fine, I let my brain think whatever you want, your brain is going to freak out. It does not know how to handle a calm and conscious version of you. So the moment you're like, okay, fine, do whatever you want, that is the time when your brain is going to be like, okay, this is not in my syllabus, I don't know what to do now, I just know how to overthink. So that is the moment where it will be like, okay, I can't produce anxious thoughts because this person is not scared of anxious thoughts anymore. That is the time when those thoughts stop. So every time you feel like, okay, I want to cut my brain and throw it off, just be like, okay, fine, I'm okay with this, it's okay, it's just thinking, right? It's not the reality. It is always going to be within the gray lines. It's not going to be like, okay, white and black, that, okay, if I'm thinking about this in the future, this is going to happen or this is not going to happen. It's always a maybe. No one can predict it. So every time, instead of believing what your mind thinks, just say that, okay, fine, we'll see what happens. And that is when you give in to the whole problem, and that is when you actually break out of the problem. So surrender is basically the answer. So every time you spend hours and hours and hours overthinking about something, there is no solution to the paradox until and unless you just give in. The moment you give in, your mind is basically just going to be like, okay, I think this person is no more interested in my bullshit which I threw at this person, so might as well stop. Extra effort is not what your mind wants to do. You're just making it work harder. So if you stop doing that, it's going to be much, much, much easier. And now we're going to talk about feelings. So feelings are like the big brother of thoughts, where you feel that, oh, okay, I don't like this person really sucks, he gets to my nerves. But then that is just like the advanced version of what I was saying before. So if you actually wait another microsecond, your thoughts turn into feelings. So let's just say that, okay, you give in to a thought that, alright, I don't like this person. After a certain amount of time, if you have this thought repetitively, even the first step of thoughts is going to be skipped. The moment you see that person, you will be like, hate this person. You're going to feel it. You're not even going to think it. You're going to feel it, because now you've learnt, your body has learnt this, that, okay, the moment we see this person, we hate it and we do not like this person. So now it's not even a necessity to think about them anymore. It's just a straight up feeling that, okay, this person is a no-no. So that is another problem. This is just an example where I tell you about a person who sucks. I'm sorry if whoever I'm targeting hypothetically feels bad, but the example just helps me make you understand the fact that, okay, after a point, if you take thoughts and feelings too seriously, it's going to start messing things up. So let's just say that, fine, thoughts and feelings are temporary and they just come and go, but I still do not like them. So that is where the problem starts and ends also, perhaps. The more you don't want something, like I already said, you're paradoxically just keeping it alive. The moment you're okay with it, it's going to die down. So the only simple thing that I'm going to ask you to do is, don't do anything. Seriously, I have successfully beaten anxiety and depression not out of effort. It was just like, fine, I'm okay with every thought, I'm okay with every feeling, and literally, I recovered in like such a speed that it was quite weird to me that okay, was it that easy? So that's the whole point behind this, that you do not have to make effort. Life is not about hustle. Everyone's just making you believe that okay, you have to take effort, you have to do something to fix things. You don't have to do something. Happiness is not a privilege, it is what you are born with. So please stop letting anything determine your happiness or sadness. Just be okay with everything. If you're okay with everything and if nothing has the power to make you sad, then how are you sad? Tell me. So if you don't like thoughts for a certain amount of time, the feelings are going to come in and you'll feel anxious. If you feel anxious for a good amount of time, you'll be like, okay, I feel anxious all the time, I feel sad all the time. That turns into depression, and that is a habit. So this is learning. Your body learns this, that okay, these are bad thoughts, I do not want these thoughts. The fact that you do not want these thoughts makes you anxious. The fact that you do not like anxiety is what makes you depressed. So right now you need to unlearn, and that is, I'm okay with everything, my brain is just mental diarrhea, I do not care about it, it's just thoughts and feelings. It's literally just thoughts and feelings. For that 1 second that I already mentioned before, for 1 second, if you don't act out, later on that person might actually be very nice, and you might just be overthinking and overanalyzing, which you 90% are. So yeah, if you for 1 single second watch thoughts and feelings, that okay, instead of I don't like this sucks, instead of that, if you just say that okay, I am feeling this certain way, but I'm just going to wait and I'm going to see. Be patient with things. If you just watch, the first few weeks are tough because you've learned it. It's going to take time to unlearn. So have patience with it. So if you're patient with it and you understand that okay, I am feeling sucky, I am still getting those thoughts, that's okay, I don't care. If you don't care, technically you've already recovered, because if you don't care, if you truly don't care, it doesn't affect you. So even recovery is fun because you've already won. So if you won over it, then recovery is just going to be like, recovery is not going to be a problem in terms of thoughts. It's just going to be like okay, you're going to feel sucky for a certain amount of time because you're used to feeling that way, right? So after a point when your body will be like okay, this person is not even giving reactions to feelings, this person has finally left that phase of theirs where they used to react, your body is going to stop giving you that sucky feeling also. And after a point, this stage where thoughts and feelings both don't matter, happiness and sadness don't have definitions, there are no labels that okay, this is right, this is wrong, this is happy, this is sad, everything is technically happy. So if you do not put labels on anything, the whole point of your mind being still and you being a spiritual soul, spirituality is not just, you know, saying that okay, I feel this way from the inside and from the bottom of my heart. It's bullshit. Spirituality is basically just uh, leaving that excess thinking, and yeah, that's basically just what the spirit or consciousness is. What's left when your mind is no more in control of you, that's just it. Whatever the Instagram pages and quotes tell you, that's a lot of Instagram extra stuff, and yeah, it's not what you actually require. So yeah, I think this is it. Just a recap is that don't put labels on thoughts and feelings, and don't try to associate yourself with any kind of thought or feeling. I've said thoughts and feelings a million times by now, but yeah, that's just the gist of it. So yeah, if you keep yourself dissociated and if you just watch, that's just it. And if you can meditate, that will be basically just be a great practice for you, because that just puts you in the rhythm for watching thoughts and feelings. You will see that the time, that microsecond increases every time you meditate, because now you're used to watching. This is the part where you're unlearning and, you know, changing that training that you had all these years. So once you do that, no anxiety and depression can even touch you, trust me. So yeah, if you got any help from this, just let me know.